Welcome back to my video. Ta-da-da! Today I decided to make a video about the differences between Croatia and Ireland. I'm going to start off with like some funny things, so if anyone is listening and they want to give me any feedback on what they think, that would be great. Irish people love tea. The difference between Croatia and here tea, guys, it is no joke. Tea in Croatia, great with the herbal teas, love your herbal teas, really good chamomile, so soothing, so nice. I love when you order a chamomile tea or a mint tea, you get honey with it and you get lemon, that is awesome. But for an Irish cup of tea with, you know, milk and sugar, if you go that way, you guys are not great at the whole tea front, but that's okay. Last time I was in Croatia, I ordered a cup of tea and I was asked would I like rum in it. So that is actually the most weirdest question I've ever been asked in my life. The second thing I wanted to talk about differences is drinking water. Yes, drinking water. I don't particularly like drinking the water out of here in Ireland, out of our taps, because I think it tastes like old pipes. I think the piping here is probably as old as Jesus Christ. How many times have we had having to boil your water situations because there was different bacteria in the water that kind of gave the whole country diarrhea. So yeah, needless to say, I'm not a fan of our water here. Croatia, you guys have great drinking water. It's really, really nice, especially if it's from your well. Another shout out to Grandma for her well water. It's great. It's well good. Bad joke. It is very strong, well, not very strong, but it's a lot stronger in Croatia than it is here. Like when Yakov and his friends have beers here, they could like drink for the night, 2 days straight, and it would be fine, wouldn't knock a stare out of them. But like you go to Croatia and you hit it up with the good old rakia. Alcohol is a lot stronger in Croatia, not as strong here. Next, butter and bread. The second closest thing to my heart. Obviously tea first, and butter and bread is my thingy. Love it, big fan. I'm sorry, Croatia people that I love, but you guys don't have great butter. Sorry, and you don't have very good fresh milk either. When I was in Croatia, every time I tried to make tea, even with my own tea bags, the water was fine, great, and then the milk was I don't know why, whatever the reason why, our fresh milk is really good here, and so is our butter. It's really yummy. But it's, yeah, not the best in Croatia. So the butter and the milk in Croatia, guys, sauce, but it tastes kind of like water. You have great cheese. Love your cheese. You have like fresh cheese. It's kind of like cottage cheese, I think. I'm gonna ask Jakob about that, but I think it's fresh cheese and it's really nice. I like that. The next difference is the olive oil, and yeah, you guys have great olive oil in Croatia. It's so good, especially the olive oil from your islands on your coast, like Corsica. So good. It's like really thick and it tastes really, really, really nice. I can't describe it because as Irish people, we're not big on the olives. We don't really eat much Mediterranean style types of fruit and veg. As such, I think it gets as exotic as a pepper. You guys have really good wine. Again, I can't really give my opinion because I don't know, I haven't tasted it, but apparently you have very, very nice wine. Here in Ireland, we're more whiskies and beers. That's what our thing is. With bread, you guys actually do way better bread. It's not really as common for Croatian people to have like bagged bread like we do. Like we all buy bread in like bags in the store. It's not really freshly made. You can buy it. You can buy it in our like Tesco or our little coffee shop. Gourmet Tart sells like rustic breads and fresh bread, but they're a lot more expensive. For say a nice rustic rosemary and olive homemade bread, it could be €3.60. and for it to be like this size. But I know in Croatia it's more common to have your rustic homemade breads, and that's really, really nice too. The vegetables. You guys, because you guys in Croatia have the sun, you guys have a sweeter tasting vegetables because obviously they're getting sun and it enhances their flavour a lot more. It's very common for people to have their own vegetable gardens too. So it's not going through a whole process to get to the market or get to the store and then bought and then cooked like we have here. That's how we work it. You guys have your gardens where you have fresh produce literally in a lot of your backyards, so you can just, you know, pick your carrots and eat them on the same day. I noticed that a lot when I went to Croatia, how the cauliflower tasted like cauliflower. Like the cauliflower here, it just tastes like water. It's bad. What I also thought was very cool was how in Croatia you guys have smokehouses and you cure a lot of your meats in your attic. That would never happen in Ireland, guys. The only thing we have in our attic is probably an old artificial Christmas tree and about 600 boxes of God knows what. Oh my god, in Croatia you don't have sandwich delis, which is so strange because here in Ireland we're mad for a good deli. Like, you can't be a good chicken roll out of, even though I don't eat meat, side note, but when I did eat meat, a chicken roll was the way to go, or a sausage sandwich with loads of ketchup. I didn't see any deli in Croatia, so I'm telling you guys, you need to get on that. Coffee bars, yes, and bars, but bars to us are pubs. So when you guys like to hang out with friends, you guys go to a coffee bar and you guys may chill there for 2 hours, 3 hours, having coffee, maybe smoking, having beers, having like lemonade. We don't really do that here as much. We do, but not as long. You would probably do it alone. Like my father, he loves going to a coffee shop with his book and reading or getting the paper or something like that. But if you were to meet a friend, it would be for a coffee for maybe an hour, maybe. So I don't think Irish people sit in coffee shops and chat for hours with friends. Our bars are closed. Everyone's gone home, lights out, party over. Well, not party over, but everyone's out on the street or hanging around the city because everywhere is closed at 2:30. Croatia bars are open all night, I think, to 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. Sorry, excuse me, I got another age. To 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, that's very different to us here. Social gatherings. This is an interesting one. In Croatia, you guys are so welcoming. It's so funny. Like for example, I went when I was at Jako's family home. I just went across the road to like a little sunflower garden. It's only a small little one and it was really, really cute just to look at the flowers and stuff. And the owner of that garden came out to me and she, her English wasn't great and my Croatian is awesome. Oh, no, it's not. My Croatian is terrible. But between us we were able to have somewhat of a little conversation. But she was so kind. She gave me like a big bunch of her own flowers that she cut there in front of me and offered me, and then she gave me loads of fruit and vegetables from her little garden. And I'm telling you not guys, I have seen this size of like flowers and fruits and vegetables. And she also invited me to her house for dinner or lunch. But I thought that was so kind and so welcoming, and just it was so strange for me because in all my years in Ireland I've never experienced that. Not saying that Irish people are bad in that sense that we don't offer people anything. It's kind of not like that. I think it's just that we're a little bit slow when it comes to warming up to new people. It's kind of easier to offer someone to buy them a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a beer than it would be to be super open and super welcoming and offering, you know, dinner to someone when you just meet them. It just feels like it's a bit scary or something. I can't explain it, I'm sorry. Yes, Croatian people are really, really good at that, at inviting people into their homes to get to know you and to eat and chat and laugh and have drinks. And it's not like a 20-minute just drop in or an hour drop in and go kind of a chat. Like when visitors come over, they're there for hours. It could end up, late into the night. In here in Ireland, when people come to visit, it's a short-ish visit. It could be just coming in for 20 minutes to say hello. Maybe that's something as Irish people we could learn, could integrate, and just be more open to have like visitors over more often for food and drinks, and just to be a little bit more like the Croatians. Oh yeah, this is so strange. So as Irish people, we always say thank you and please and are you sure, and I don't know why we're all like that. Like we say thank you to the busman. When we stop at the bus, when we get off the bus, guys, we say thank you. Every single person says thank you to the busman. But it's not, well, I don't, I actually asked Jakob if it's a thing there, because I thought he thought it was weird that I'd say thank you to the busman. But he informed me that it's actually not a big thing in Croatia to be saying thank you all the time and please all the time and all this. It's probably a little bit extreme sometimes. Next difference I noticed in Croatian and Irish people is the temperament. Jakob is very, very, very calm. He's so sweet, he's so calm. I've never seen him like explode. But I've seen him get temperamental at times with stupid people that deserved it. So yeah, I believe Croatian people are quite temperamental, both men and women. They're a fiery bunch. So yeah, you don't want to pee off your Croatian boyfriends or girlfriends or friends, because they'll kill you. No, I joke, too far. Now Irish people, when it comes to temperamental, I think a lot of Irish people are more kind of chilled. I think it's kind of easier to have no laugh and just kind of like whatever. Again, this is not all Irish people and that's not all Croatian people. I am the only Irish person here. Jakob is Croatian and our two beautiful housemates that I love are also Croatian. And their tone of voice when they are speaking Croatian, I don't know what's going on because I don't speak Croatian, it's like they're having big arguments. It's like when I go to Croatia and everyone's talking, it's like everyone is having arguments. It's like, oh, but it's actually not. Everyone's just talking normally and conversing in conversation. But because it's like, I think it's the tone or the way Croatian people talk, I don't know. But it always comes across like it's like, oh crap, everyone's giving out here, or what's happening here, or something is kicking off. But it's not, it's just the way the tone of their voices or the way they, yeah, I don't know, can't explain it. But there's like loads of times when I would be speaking to Jakob, obviously in English, and I assume that he's like being mean to me because of his voice or he's sad or something. But it's actually not, it's just normal. It's just because I keep getting it confused all the time. So that's not really a difference. But the kind is the weather. Weather in Ireland it's as pros and cons, because we're facing the Atlantic. We don't get very warm, hot, dry weather. We get a lot of wet, cool, fresh weather. It tends to be a bit grey here at times, but like today's a grey day, but I think it's nice, it's pretty, and I like it. But from someone like say Jakob, that's from Croatia, that's used to sun, it's a little bit probably depressing at times. But yeah, our weather, we get a nice bit of rain. It can rain here for maybe 2 weeks in a row, but it's not consistent. Like it could rain for an hour and then it would be sunny for a few hours, and then it could be grey for a few hours and then just night time, and then it's like that. But it would never consistently rain for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Every single day. There's like showers is probably the best word for that. That is how to describe Irish weather. We never ever have, I can't remember ever having snow Christmas time here. Croatia, you guys, wow. You guys have snow at Christmas. You get roasting hot sun in the summer, and you have nice and wet but nice spring and autumn. So yeah, you guys are good, not like our little island here that has a little bit hormonal problems. You have all the seasons in Croatia. It's great. Very hot in the summer though. I find it very hard, and I didn't go at the beginning of summer, I went at the end of summer, so it's not even that hot. But I think I might be going with Yakov this summer as in July, so please say a prayer for me. Oh yeah, spiders and bugs. I know, very random. So in Croatia you have lots of really big flying bugs, like I mean like I remember I was cleaning Yakov's father's car. Don't ask me why I was cleaning the car that day, but I just said I cleaned the car because, oh yeah, I was eating something and I put crumbs all over the place, so I said I better clean up after myself. So anyways, so I was cleaning it, and I tell you what lads, a spider, not a spider, a freaking, I think it was a bumblebee, no, it was a wasp, I think, I don't know what it was, but it was the size of a small sausage. It was this big, not even over exaggerating, it was like super big. He like landed on me and tried to attack me, like my neck area, just, okay, I lie. But he was really, really scary, and he landed on me, and he wasn't leaving lads, and he looked aggressive as hell, and I was screaming for Yakov, and he took a sweet ass time going up to save me. Yeah, I think I have some sort of like, what's that thing you have after war? Is it not postnatal stress? Post something stress. In Croatia, you guys are so funny when it comes to driving on the roads. You do be speeding there like no tomorrow, and it's like fine. There's like no fear of ending up getting about 300 days in prison and losing your license. Like here, if you were to be speeding here on the roads, obviously you would get pulled. If you got caught, you would get a fine. You could lose your license. You could end up in court. There's loads that could happen. So everyone has to drive very sensibly and keep to the limit, follow the rules, all that, blah blah blah. But in Croatia, it's so funny, especially if there's a wedding on. Nobody gives a shite. No, it's like the wedding party would be like driving on the road like this, and have their flags coming out, and then pull in and stop traffic, and everyone would be just free driving. That would never happen here. If there was a wedding party on, you still follow the rules, guys. The next difference that I notice, guys, is Christmases. How we celebrate Christmas here as Irish people, and how you guys celebrate Christmas in Croatia. From what I've gathered, it is very, very different. It's a lot low key here in Ireland at Christmas time. And we have a massive emphasis on Christmas presents. Like, sometimes it's a bit crazy. It's not that it's not okay to give someone just a small little present. It's like you feel like if you give someone something very small, you feel like it's like not good enough. Like, I enjoy giving my friends and my loved ones presents, but I don't go crazy. But some people would spend 200 or 300 euro on one person for a present. But again, as Irish people, I think we have missed the whole what Christmas is about. Like in Croatia, you guys enjoy Christmas is very different, because you guys like to spend time with friends and family at home, at friends' houses. You like to cook, bake, and have like yummy things, and enjoy wine, enjoy pivo, which is beer, and you know, get into the spirit of Christmas that way. Christmas Eve is the big day in Croatia. That's when everyone does most of their celebrating. Goes out on Christmas Eve and goes out socialising on Christmas Day. But that doesn't happen here in Ireland. On Christmas Eve, I believe the latest that a bar, you know, like where you get beer, is open till I think it's 4 o'clock in the day on Christmas Eve, and everywhere is closed on Christmas Day. You would not get a beer anywhere on Christmas Day. Oh, and you guys have like this scary thingy called crumpet. Oh, not crumpet. Krampus? Oh my god, that thing is terrifying. He would fit in very well with our Halloween, guys. Talking about holidays, we guys don't have Halloween. We do. It's a pagan holiday that falls on the 31st of October. So we literally just had it, and it was one of my previous videos, the one before this, that I was showing you guys what we do on that day. But for Irish people that don't know who Krampus is, dude, he's weird, scary. It's like if you were bold, he would beat the crap out of you with a stick or something. I don't know, or take you away, I don't know, it's scary. I'm gonna move on to household appliances. Weird, but washing machines, guys. Washing machines. In Ireland, we keep our washing machines in the kitchen. In Croatia, you guys keep the washing machine in the bathroom. All of you guys. I found that so interesting. I thought it was so different. I could not imagine a washing machine, my washing machine, in the bathroom. It would be like, yeah, I think I'm going to have a shower, take off my clothes, go and have a wash, and I'm going to wash my clothes at the same time. Seemed kind of handy though, practical. But I found that very interesting. Second thing, guys, okay, don't laugh at this, but flushing the toilets. Yeah, just hear me out. I know it sounds crazy. On the toilets in Croatia, there is like, it's like flush. Flush. No, but it's like there's no handle or anything obvious or a string to pull down, but it's a button. And it was very hard for me to find the first time when I arrived in Croatia when I used the bathroom. I couldn't find how to flush the bloody thing because it wasn't very obvious where the button is. It's literally just like a very light risen area where it's like you wouldn't even notice it where you press it down and you flush it. And there's two flushes, guys. There's a full flush for when you, like, you know, drop the kids off the pool or whatever. Metaphor for going for number 2. Or if you're just making a pee. The second one, it's a shorter flush, so you're not wasting water. It's very cool. The cost of certain things in Croatia I found a bit mind-boggling. So for us, we have pennies, which is a store here that's fairly cheap enough. You could get like 5 pairs of socks for, if they're on offer, for €1. Most should probably pay max, and they will be the good fancy socks, would probably be €4 for a pack of, I think it's 5 or 6 socks. You could buy 3 thingies of underwear, again on offer, 50 cents sometimes. Most you probably spend on them is, again, I think it's €4 or €5 for like a set of 3 or 4 underwear. But in Croatia, clothes and stuff is really expensive. Like a simple thing, I bought socks and underwear over there, and when I converted it to euro, I spent €20. I'm shocked the amount of underwear and socks I get here in pennies for that money. I've been sorted for at least 2 years. The wages in Croatia compared to Ireland, it's one thing spending €8 here on a pizza and paying €8 in Croatia on a pizza, when the difference in wages is, say the monthly salary would be easier that way because I actually just wrote out here the month what you would get paid. So in Croatia, you would only get maybe €500 a month. Here we get 1,500 a month. And that is really, for me, infuriating. I think that's so annoying. I don't think it's fair. I think Croatian people are so hardworking, they're so passionate, they really give everything 100%. And I think they deserve to be paid fairly, just like we are, you know, here in Ireland. I think everyone deserves to be paid for what they give and what they bring to the table. You know, if you have a very good employee, you look after them. If you treat them well and respect them and pay them fairly, they'll give you your heart and soul, because that's the way Croatian people are. It's very sad that their government doesn't care for their people as much as they should, just because at the moment it's very hard for a Croatian person to find a job. And if you're only earning 500 a month, and to pay rent and to buy food and to have, you know, if you have children, to provide for them, and you know, your normal things, to keep a car on the road, all these things add up. Like, there's very little room to live there on that wage, and that would, for me, instill so much fear. I would feel like, you know, constant worry. Will I be able to pay for this? Will I be able to pay for that? And that's not fair. That's not what life is about. There's more to life than worrying about, you know, if I can afford to buy bread this week, or if I can pay my rent. It shouldn't be like that. Life is too short. Say getting a job here, someone I know left their job because they didn't like it that day, and an hour later they had another job. There's always opportunities here to find something. You know, there will never be a time where you will be stuck to find something. There's always an opportunity to find work in Ireland. Could be working in a coffee shop, could be working up in the hospital, could be working house porter, night porter, or hotels, or, you know, anything. There's always something. Like, I have so many jobs, it's so fun. I've worked in pet shops, in our local cinema, and I've worked in bars and restaurants and shopping centres and pharmacies, and yeah, I had lots of jobs in my life, guys. Just one more thing on wages and living in Croatia. I'm glad that the government hasn't broken their wee spirits in that sense, that they can still have that, you know, positive energy, and I hope they always will have that. If you ever want to come over here to Ireland and come and stay with us for a while and you'll be lovely Croatian people, you're always welcome. I think that's a wrap. I think I've covered everything. If we could just like sellotape Ireland to the coast of Croatia, that would be a cool idea. We could just get like boats and like pull Ireland around and then just sticky tape it to the side of Croatia. We could call it Crow Island. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and if you like my videos, hit like. If you love them, hit subscribe, and we will see you again for my next video. And I don't know what it will be, but we'll figure something out. And thank you again for everything.